this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 619th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Straight away you'll see this battle was fought on one of my favourite maps, a Germanic forest map, with the big open plains to fight on if you like. Or if you want to go plan those nasty ambushes in the woods by hiding your units and springing them out on the enemy, you can do that on this map as well. So it's got the potential to be a fantastic battle, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Aurelius. Now Aurelius has got 11 infantry, 2 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, so a quick look at the his army build here. You will see that Aurelius has got 2 eagle units. Okay, you got these 2 eagle units there, 122 man units plus an infantry general. So he's got a lot of morale going on there with his troops. And I think he's got mixed upgrades with his infantry. Some of his infantry's got gold shield, gold attack. Some have got 7 upgrades and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Plus, as I say, with those 2 eagle units and his infantry general unit, a lot of morale going on. And here you can see he's got 7 upgrades on his cavalry and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. And of course, he always brings the infamous peasant unit, which he uses extremely well there to attract enemy missile fire onto this very, very cheap unit. Those of you that fought with him and against him will know how effective he uses that peasant unit. It'll be interesting to see how well he uses it in this particular battle. Okay, so that's an interesting army of Aurelius there. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Demon. Now Demon has got 11 infantry. He's got 4 archers and 4 cavalry, but he's got an interesting army build here. As you can see, he's got his infantry general, but also he's got 4 early legionary cohort eagle units. Okay, he's got 4 early legionary cohort units. Now those early legionary cohort units are not very good against urban cohorts, so it'll be interesting to see how well he does with those. Plus his infantry have got 7 upgrades on an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. As you can see, most of his army is hiding in the woods. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. And oh my gosh, he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry, which of course makes these Praetorian cavalry very serious cavalry there. So I think that's a pretty good army of demons there. It'll be interesting to see how those 4 eagle units go during the course of the battle. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member TR, who has bought his faction of choice, Seleucid. Now TR has got 9 silver shield legionnaires, 3 pikes, 2 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, quick look at the silver shield legionnaires there. You can see he's got gold shield, gold attack on them. They look very much like a Roman legion there, but they're nowhere near as good as, of course, the urban cohorts. They can throw pilas and form testudo. Quick look at his cavalry there, and you'll see that he's got serious cavalry. He's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cataphracts. Once again, remember, we call these the tanks of the ancient world because they're armoured from head to toe. So, as I say, that's TR's faction of choice. He's really persevered with this faction, and that army is a tried and tested army. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who's bought his very old Greek Cities army of 14 Spartans and 5 archers. Of course, I've got the mixed archers again there, where I've got the long-range Cretan archers that do a lot of damage, and the very cheap short-range archers that can still be effective if you use them correctly. So it'll be interesting to see how those archers do. So there's our team. Got the potential to be a great battle, and of course we're fighting all clansmen here. Should be a great one to watch. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a look at some battle formations here. Now, this is TR's Seleucid battle formation, infantry battle formation there. Let's say unusual, I think, field formation there of Seleucid. Got his cavalry and a couple more pike units in behind him. But I just thought that was an unusual Seleucid battle formation to look at. And of course here we've got Demon's very old school, old fashioned pilot shield units there. Okay, but if you look a little bit closer, you'll see that he's got his 3 early legionary cohort units of 122 men as his pilot shield units there. Okay, so 122 men in those 3 pilot shield units there. Notice how that one unit sticks out there. That's the unit that's going to attract the enemy pilots. Okay, which of course will then cause minimum damage to his other pilot shield units there. So that's what he's hoping there. As I say, very old school, very old fashioned battle formation there, but that unit that sticks out usually attracts most of the enemy pilots, leaving the other two units pretty well untouched. So it'll be interesting to see how he does with that battle formation during the course of the battle. As I say, very old fashioned, very old school, but still seems to be quite effective on the modern day battlefield. And here you can see AURELIUS, his battle formation there with his infamous peasant unit there, which he uses extremely well, as we've seen in so many battles, to attract expensive enemy missiles onto this cheapest unit you can buy. So there's our team. Should be a great one for you to watch. Okay, and here is the other team. We have GOTW LEANBOD. Now LEANBOD has got just 10 infantry, 4 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, so just 10 infantry, 4 archers, 6 cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. He usually brings serious cavalry, and there you go. He's got 8 upgrades. 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. We know this Praetorian cavalry does well with just gold shield, gold attack. You put 2 experience stripes on them, and that kind of makes them serious cavalry. But will those well upgraded cavalry make up for just having 10 infantry? I guess we'll just have to see as the battle unfolds. Okay, as I say, it's great fighting other clansmen here. Their next teammate is somebody who's called himself God, but is in fact TAOW Terminator. Now Terminator has got 9 infantry, just 9 infantry, 5 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, 9 infantry, very low amount of infantry for the modern day battlefield. And as I say, he's called himself God. He's called himself Cruelbot before on RTW, but he is in fact TAOW Terminator. Okay, very good player. Some veterans of RTW may well remember him in the past. Very good player. But as I say, only 9 infantry. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry, and he also has well upgraded his cavalry. 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. But whether that'll make up for just having 9 infantry, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And as I say, you can see he's got 5 archers as well. So it'll be interesting to see how well that army does during the course of the battle. Okay, their next teammate is Wolves Slayer. Now just to give you a bit of background here, Wolves was a really old clan, and they were full of really good players back in the day. 31k clan the Wolves were. Now just to say that the friendly rivalry between the Brotherhood and the Wolves clan was quite well known, and the absolutely fantastic classic battles that the Wolves and the Brotherhood used to have against each other was really fantastic. And as I say, it was always friendly. The Wolves and the Brotherhood were always really friendly with each other, but the battles were absolutely fantastic. And unfortunately, the only Wolves player we see on regularly now is Wolves XARGA. Wolves Slayer hasn't played RTW for 3 to 4 years. Just have a look at his army build here. Can you see that he's got Hastati light infantry as his pilot shield unit? That was always his trademark. He always used to have the Hastati as his pilot shield units back in the day. As I say, he hasn't played for 3 or 4 years. He used to bring really good quality cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades. Oh my gosh, fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry. 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. Okay, he's only got 4 of them, but they are fully upgraded. And that makes it fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry, makes him kind of super cavalry there. So as I say, he hasn't played for 3 or 4 years, and I think this is the first game in 3 or 4 years, so it'll be interesting to see how well he does. Will he be rusty, or will he be the great general that he always was in the past? As I say, whenever I see Wolves, it always brings back some great memories from the early days of Rome Total War. And their last teammate is Wolves XARGA. Now XARGA has got 13 infantry, 1 archer and 6 cavalry. Okay, obviously his cavalry are hiding in the woods. He usually brings quite well upgraded cavalry as well, so it'll be interesting to see how well he does. So say the enemy team there have got 4 Roman armies there, and as I say, all clansmen, really good players as well. Okay, 4 Roman armies there against our Greek cities, Seleucid, and 2 Roman armies. So say it should be a great battle for you to watch, and a very, very rare clan versus clan battle. You don't see it much these days. You used to see it a lot in the past, but you don't see it this often. So it'd be great to watch today. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle, you can see our teams forming up there. You can see that our team has got together there. And you can see here GOTW LEANBOD moving his Brute army forward. We know that LEANBOD's one of the most aggressive attacking players in the game, and you can see him moving his Brute army forward there, forcing Aurelius's peasant unit back. As I say, Aurelius likes using that unit to attract expensive enemy archer fire and pile of damage if he can as well. He likes to attract the expensive missiles there onto the most cheapest unit in the game there with that that peasant unit there. So as I say, here you can see all the enemy starting to form up here, and you can see XARGA and wolves there may well be looking to do a flanking action here against our Seleucid ally. They may well look at Seleucid as a weaker part of our battle line there, and may decide to try and do a double team attack there on our left flank there. Let's say the Wolves clan always played pretty good together there, and I would think, as I say, they're both on the left flank and left centre there, so they probably will look to attack, I would have thought there. Okay, if you notice here, you can see I'm moving my Spartans over a little bit here to the left flank, because I can see a double team coming in there on our Seleucid ally TR. So I'm going to move my Spartans over there. Let's say here you can see LEANBOD moving forward, and as I say, you can see Aurelius there has got that peasant unit there, all quite willing to take enemy missiles if they want to throw pilers at him, or if they want to shoot arrows at him. He's quite happy there with that peasant unit in open order. As we've seen on many battles before that, he uses that unit extremely well. Okay, as I say, over on our left flank here, you can see that the Wolves clan are combining, both Wolves Slayer and Wolves XARGA, they're combining their army there and cavalry, and it looks like there could be well an attack here on our left flank. That's why I've moved my Spartans over there, to try and neutralise the thought of that from the enemy team. Meanwhile, over on our right flank here, you can see that Aurelius has moved his archers and that peasant unit forward there. As I say there, you can see there's a bit of an archer battle going on between LEANBOD's archers and Aurelius's archers here. Aurelius brings the cheap Roman archers, not the auxiliary archers there. So my guess is that as LEANBOD's bought the more expensive, better upgraded auxiliary archers there, that he would probably win the archer battle at this particular part of the battle. Okay, so let's say here with LEANBOD being on our right flank, very aggressive, very attacking player there. It wouldn't surprise me if the battle kicked off there, but saying that, of course, over on our left flank here, there's a lot of enemy activity. Here you can see that Slayer has bought a fast moving missile cavalry unit, Roman cavalry unit. You don't see them brought very often to the battlefield, and it wouldn't surprise me if he auto-attacked it. He can usually plays that unit very well there. Let's say you can see what target he's got here in mind. Can you see the Seleucid archer unit there? Looks like he's going to auto-attack and smash into that. Here comes that cavalry unit, and bang, as he smashes in there. I think that archer unit's holding quite well. I was expecting that archer unit to actually rout on impact there, but the archer, that Seleucid archer unit, still holding now. There's finally routed, but I thought that archer unit held quite well. As I said, I was expecting it to rout almost on impact of when that cavalry unit smashed into it there. So there's a general overview of the teams as it stands at the moment. But as I say, maybe the worrying part for us is the two Wolves together on our left flank and left centre there, maybe looking to move in on us here. Let's say Aurelius here facing LEANBOD. Should be a good little tussle here on our right flank. Okay, it's still a very early part of the game here. You can see that LEANBOD's move forward a bit, but what I'd like to do is have a cavalry count here at this time. Okay, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 12 enemy cavalry there. Okay, now this could prove very interesting as the battle unfolds. Okay, so there's 12 enemy cavalry there. So let's go 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20. So they've got 22 cavalry units. Okay, now as the battle unfolds, this could prove very important. So 22 enemy cavalry units. Let's see how many cavalry units we've got. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. 4 there, so that's 10. And 6 of TRs there. So we've got 16 cavalry units against their 22. Now as the battle unfolds, that could prove pivotal and decisive maybe, as I say, as the battle unfolds there with that massive cavalry advantage. Of course, me bringing Greek cities have put my team at a massive cavalry disadvantage, and as you can see there, 22 cavalry units against our 16. Here you can see LEANBOD moving forward with his Brutii army. As I say, LEANBOD, GOTW LEANBOD, always been an aggressive attacking player ever since I've known him. And here you can see he's setting his credentials out right from the beginning of the battle here, moving forward here towards AURELIUS's army. Okay, so as I say, LEANBOD always aggressive and attacking there. A lot of pilot exchanging going on there between the two armies. Okay, so let's pause the game for a second here. So as I say, LEANBOD there, do you think he looks a little bit isolated there? Do you think if AURELIUS hit him really hard and we brought all our cavalry in there, that LEANBOD could be a target there? You can see Demon bringing his cavalry over. You can see AURELIUS has got his cavalry locked and loaded. So LEANBOD could well be a target there possibly for us to hit. Okay, you can see my Spartans, or I may well even bring the Spartans over as well to help, because if we attack LEANBOD really aggressively there with all our troops, what I mean by that is all our allies, cavalry plus my Spartans, we could maybe finish his army off quite quickly in time to turn our troops onto the enemy, other enemy armies there. But we'll just have to wait and see. I don't really want to move my Spartans from the other flank there, because it leaves our Seleucid ally facing two Scipii armies there. But just have to wait and see. That was what the team wanted to do, was attack LEANBOD. Here you can see Demon here with his 122 man early legionary first cohort and pilot shield units there. Okay, as I say, the morale of these early legionary cohorts are not very good, and against urban cohorts they will lose in fighting, so it'd be interesting to see how well that pilot formation does there. As I say, LEANBOD there got a couple of his units in Testudo at the front of his battle formation. But as I say, here you can see TR has brought some of his cavalry over as well. So, okay, let's pause the game for a second here. So you can see I'll move my Greek cities over from the left flank here with an idea to hit the Brutii army there. You can see TR's got his cavalry, Demon's got his cavalry locked and loaded. You can see AURELIUS there ready to throw his infantry in there. Okay, as I say, there's a little bit of a gap there between the enemy SBQR army and LEANBOD's Brutii army there. And as I say, AURELIUS' cavalry is locked and loaded. So just to give you a heads up here, GOTW LEANBOD is our target here. We think he's a little bit isolated and we are going to hit him quite hard, hoping to take him out quite quickly so we can turn our troops then onto the rest of the enemy army there. Okay, now whether LEANBOD can see what's coming here, I think if you look at our troop disposition, our unit disposition here, you can see us moving cavalry and infantry over to this side of the battlefield here. Let's say, look at our cavalry locked and loaded there. You can see my Spartans have moved over as well from the left flank. So let's just pause the game for a second here. So as I say here, you can see we're ready to attack LEANBOD there. But over on our left flank, with me moving my Spartans from the left flank, look, okay, can you see moving from the left flank? That's left my Seleucid ally now to face two enemy Scipii armies. Okay, so as I say, we're going to have to be really quick if we're going to try and take LEANBOD out, because obviously we need to get back here to reinforce our left flank against those Scipii armies there, enemy armies. Okay, so as I say, it's a bit of a risk here. It's going to be time is the essence type of thing here. It wouldn't surprise me if TR moved his army back in behind our Julii ally there. But as I say, when AURELIUS starts attacking the forward units of LEANBOD with his infantry, it'll be interesting to see how LEANBOD reacts, looking at all our cavalry there. It wouldn't surprise me if LEANBOD tactically decided to withdraw his infantry. Here you can see AURELIUS moving forward now and is engaging the forward units of LEANBOD. Now as I say, it wouldn't surprise me if LEANBOD decides to move his army back. Looking at all our cavalry there, you can see there's pilot exchanging going on there between AURELIUS' army and LEANBOD's army there. You can see the Seleucid cavalry here bang! It smashes into one of LEANBOD's forward units. As I say, it wouldn't surprise me if LEANBOD withdrew his army a little bit here, and there you are, you can see he's decided to move his infantry back there and his cavalry back as well. You can see what's coming in towards him there. As I say, I'm bringing my Spartans over as well, because I thought, well, if I add the weight of the Spartans in on this attack, we might be able to finish his army quicker and then get our troops back over to the other flank there. But I think that might have been a bad move. Right, you can see Aurelius here moving forward, still moving forward here with all our cavalry locked and loaded there. You can see you got Aurelius's cavalry plus Demon's cavalry there, plus you got TR's cavalry over here as well. So they're all prepared to hit LEANBOD hard here and try and take him out. Meanwhile, I'm going to move my Spartans back over to that left flank there, because if you look now, you'll see that both Demon and TR are being attacked by 3 armies. You've got the enemy SBQR army, plus you've got Wolf XARGA and Wolf Slayer there moving in on them as well. So there's 3 armies against 2 here. And maybe I thought to myself, we might be able to take LEANBOD out quick enough to get reinforcements over there. So I'm going to move my Spartans back over to that left flank. I think we've got enough cavalry and infantry over there to be able to hopefully take LEANBOD's army out without the need for my Spartans there. So that's why I'm going to move them back to the left flank where I think they're more needed. There's Seleucid cataphracts going in there, like a bang as they smash in there. Very, very aggressive there. Okay, you can see some enemy cavalry coming over here as well. You can see LEANBOD attacking with his Brutii cavalry. Get ready for this. And bang! As he smashed in there. Then the enemy SBQR cavalry coming in there. And bang! As they smash in there. And then you can see the enemy Scipii cavalry coming in there as well. And bang! As they smash in there. I can't tell you how well Aurelius is doing here, holding here against this massive cavalry attack. You can see us counter-attacking with our cavalry now. Look, and bang as we smash in with our cavalry. What a massive cavalry. But remember, we looked at cavalry numbers here. The enemy have got 22 cavalry units against our 16. Will that make a difference here on this flank? You can see the enemy SBQR cavalry locked and loaded again, ready to charge in, get the full cavalry charge bonus. Get ready for this. Bang as he smashed in there. And then TR's cavalry coming in as well. Look, and bang as those Seleucid cataphracts hit. What a massive cavalry battle here on this left flank. Okay, so you can see here, remember we are the red Julii and of course the Seleucid, TR's Seleucids there. Okay, so the red Julii, Seleucids there is us. The green, the purple and the blue are the enemy team. Okay, so the blue Scipii, the green Brutii and the purple SBQR are the enemy team here on our right flank. But what a massive cavalry battle. Remember, you've got LEANBOD's infantry and Aurelius's infantry in there as well, but loads and loads of cavalry there in that particular battle. Right, okay, over here on our left flank you can see I'm taking my Spartans forward once again. As you know, when I put my team at a cavalry disadvantage, the only thing I can do about that is to try and be aggressive with my Spartans, make the most of their attacking specifications there. So you can see I've moved my Spartan army back over here to help my allies. But here you can see that both Demon and TR have got their infantry integrated here, ready to receive an attack from the enemy team there. But with my Spartans there, I'm kind of trying to be aggressive with them, and the enemy are withdrawing there. But over here on our right flank, as I say, what a massive cavalry and infantry battle going on here. I mean, just look at all the units involved there. Massive loads there, and you can see a lot of our Julii allies cavalry are starting to rout now. Can you see that? The enemy has started to make a lot of our units rout there. I think if I remember right, they had very well upgraded cavalry there. You can see our Julii allies there turning right. Let's pause the game for a second here. So you can see LEANBOD here is chasing away a lot of our allies' Julii cavalry there. He's not going to let them rally. He's going to keep chasing them away, and then probably when he's ready, he'll turn around and smash into our units from behind. We're charging more cavalry units in there. You can see XARGA's Scipii cavalry, a lot of those units have routed there. But as I say, this part of the battlefield here, I think it's going to go right down to the wire here. As I say, we wanted to take LEANBOD out quickly, but we're not going to do that, and the casualties that we're suffering are quite a lot. You can see I've got my Spartan army engaged with enemy troops here, trying to keep these two armies, the SBQR army and the Scipii army, away from my allies there, while we're trying to do the best on the other flank that we can. Okay, as I say, you can see me moving in on those enemy troops there. Okay, so meanwhile here, You can see, as I say, LEANBOD's charging his cavalry back in behind us now, that Brutii cavalry, and bang, as that charges in there. More enemy Scipii cavalry coming over here as well, and bang, as they charge in as well. So as I say, don't forget here, the enemy are the green here, okay, and the purple and the blue. We are the red, okay, and Seleucid here, okay. You can see some more cavalry, bang, as they charge in there. And you can see some more Scipii cavalry charging in there as well. Bang, and there's some more Seleucid cavalry charging in there as well. Oh my gosh. Okay, here's something interesting I thought I'd show you here. Okay, can you see the enemy SBQR cavalry is about to charge in there to try and help their Brutii allies? See, you can see that Terminator there got his cavalry charge in there, but he's just noticed that his Brutii ally, all his Brutii units has just been routed there. Okay, so all of his allies' units has just been routed. No point in charging his cavalry in there. He's not going to help anybody, and he'll probably end up losing his cavalry. So what he's done there, he's stopped the charge mid-charge there, and probably going to pull his cavalry completely away from that particular part of the battlefield. As I say, no point in carrying on there when his allies already been routed. As I say, I'm trying to press in, trying to be aggressive here with my Greek cities moving in on the enemy infantry there. As I say, you got TR and Demons infantry here facing Slayers infantry. So that'd be interesting. Little tussle there. As I say, Slayer hasn't played for 3 or 4 years, and I think this is his first battle since he's been back. So it'd be interesting to see what happens here. But as I say, the enemy SBQR general here, Terminator, decided to pull his SBQR cavalry back. No point in sending him in there, as his allies' units had all been taken out. He wasn't going to help there at all. And he's pulling his SBQR cavalry back there. But if you look at our casualties as well, we have suffered a heck of a lot of casualties there trying to take out LEANBOD's army. Remember, all his allies' cavalry were smashing into us as well. And if you look there, can you see that is Aurelius, his sum total of his infantry there. That's all the infantry that he's got left there now after that battle. He's got cavalry units left as well. Okay, got some cavalry units left there, but that is the sum total of his infantry. So you can see there what a grinding down real battle of attrition that was, and that's all the troops that he's got left. Okay, meanwhile over here you can see I was advancing into the enemy Scipii troops there, and they've backed off. Okay, you got enemy SBQR infantry as well over there ready to move in. So there's a general overview of what's happening here on our left flank. Okay, so as I say there, you got my Spartans there ready to attack. As soon as I get close to the enemy, I will be attacking there. But as I say, we've managed to take out LEANBOD's army, but at a terrible cost to our troops. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here on this flank. As I say, I know I've put my team in a cavalry disadvantage, as I've said on several of our battles now. So the only thing that I can do about that is try and make the most of the attacking specifications of the Spartans. And I'm charging in to XARGA's Scipii army there. Okay, now, if you notice here, my army is a little bit isolated now, away from my allies. So the enemy may well see this and decide to attack, which it will be good for our team, because if I can suck in a lot of enemy units, then maybe my team can then use that to their advantage. But here I'm definitely pushing in to XARGA's army there in my Greek cities. You got Slayers infantry here, probably fully laden with pilers, ready to throw into the flank of my Spartans there. Plus you've got the enemy SBQR army there as well, ready to throw in into the rear of my attacking troops there. So as I say, I think my allies there have rallied. Okay, you can see my allies there, the Julii and Seleucid there have rallied. So my guess is that they will come over to help when they're ready there. But as I say, I'm really being aggressive here and pushing into XARGA's Scipii army. Okay, as you can see here, and that's how you got Slayer's army there, probably throwing pilers into my Spartans as well. And it's a real tussle there as I'm pushing into the enemy Roman troops. You can see, can you see that Terminators SBQR troops are moving towards my Greek cities as well. As I say, if you look at my Spartans in relation to my allies, can you see how isolated my army has become now? Make no mistake, I've got units facing all directions here. I'm taking the bulk of my troops forward into those Scipii infantry, but I've got units facing all different directions now, trying to cover the enemy coming in from behind me and the sides as well. As I say, wouldn't surprise me if Slayer's troops were throwing pilers into my troops as well here, causing me casualties. But as I say, I'll keep moving forward, keep being aggressive here, and you can see my allies are now moving over here to support me. So as I say there, I've managed to suck in a lot of enemy units there, and hopefully that will give an advantage a little bit to my allies there. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second here. So as you can see, I'm basically surrounded here by enemy Scipii infantry pushing in from all sides. So I've got to turn units to face all sides there. Here you can see a demon and I think Aurelius's Julii infantry here moving in on the enemy SBQR infantry. Okay, you can see them moving in there. You can see some enemy cavalry heading off towards the Julii cavalry, and here you can see TR's Seleucids up against the enemy Scipii troops there. So that should be an interesting little tussle there. But as I say, my Spartans still pushing into the enemy Scipii infantry there, still moving forward. Over here you can see the enemy SBQR cavalry smashing into our Julii allies cavalry, and bang as they hit there. I see the SBQR generals put an infantry unit in there as well. Oh my gosh. All our allies' cavalry has now been routed. Okay, so all our Julii cavalry has been routed, and these victorious enemy cavalry and infantry can come over and hit us in the flank there. Okay, now just like to show you here, great teamwork here by TR, our Seleucid ally. You'll notice here that he's got his cataphracts that he's brought over here, and he's smashed into the rear of some of those Scipii troops that are surrounding my Greek cities there. If you notice, he's got a couple of his Seleucid cataphracts there that he's charged in there, taking out a lot of the enemy troops. I see we've routed the Scipii general as well. Meanwhile, over here you can see Demons throwing a couple of his Julii units in with our Seleucid ally there to try and hold against Slayer's Scipii infantry there. So a nice bit of teamwork there by Demon. Okay, that was pretty good. But here you can see our Julii allies under a lot of pressure from the enemy SBQR troops there. Okay, look at that cavalry charging there, like a bang as it smashes in there. A nice hit there. I saw one of our Julii allies generals just got taken out there as well. Oh my gosh, look at the pressure that the enemy are putting under our Julii allies under there on that particular flank. Okay, right. So, with the help of TR's cataphracts there, I've managed to rout, I think, basically all of XARGA's army here. Now I've got a choice with my Spartans. Which way should I move? Okay, as I say, we've routed all of XARGA's infantry there between us. So now, do I move over here to help TR against Slayer's infantry? Is that the best place I should take my Greek cities? Or should I move over there to help my Julii allies against that vicious attack by the enemy SBQR troops there? Okay, I remember I wasn't quite sure which way to move here. But I think when I looked at the Seleucids' disposition, they've still got a lot of units that are not engaged yet. And as I say, the Scipii army hasn't fully engaged. So I'm thinking, right, I'll take my Spartans over there to help my Julii allies out. I think that's what I was thinking here at this particular stage of the battle. As I say, I was torn to go and not quite sure which way to go there, but in the end decided to go over to help my Julii allies over there on that particular flank. So you can see I've up spears now. I'm running over now to help my Julii allies there. Okay, you can see me running forward there. What I'll do, I'll charge into those enemy SBQR troops, and when I make contact, I'll put the spears down. Remember, the Spartans' main weapon, the weapon they get all their kind of good specifications with, is their spear. Their sword is only a secondary weapon, so you tend to you want to get to your spears down as soon as you can when you engage with the enemy to get the full kind of good specifications there of the weapon use, rather than use a secondary weapon, the sword. So as you can see there, as soon as I made contact with the SBQR troops, I'm now put the spears down, and I'm now moving into those SBQR troops, but they've really weakened my Julii ally there. You can see TR still sending some of his cataphracts in, what's left of his cataphract cavalry, trying to help here. So as I say, the enemy SBQR general, TAOW, Terminator, doing really well there with his cavalry. and you can see I'm moving my Greek cities into those SBQR infantry there to help my Julii allies out. All the time I'm being hit by archer fire though, if you notice as well. Right, let's just pause again for a second here. So as I say, bringing my Spartans over here to help my Julii allies seems to have been a good move there. We've routed most of the enemy SBQR troops here. But over here, you can now see that Slayers really aggressively engaging our Julii ally and Seleucid ally. Nice move there with that Scipio unit getting in behind our ally there. Look. Nice tactical move there, getting in behind and charging in there. Why attack a barricaded front door? When you nip round the back, you might find the back door open, if you see what I mean. As we've seen in other battle videos there. So nice move there by Slayer. As I say here, we're attacking now with my Spartans there. We've routed most of the SBQR infantry there with my my Spartans there. Now what I need to do now is get back up to the other flank. But I see that there's a Scipii general unit in behind me now. Can you see that general unit there charging in there, try and slow me up from getting over there to help my allies? Okay, make no mistake about that. Yeah, he might sacrifice his general, but he's trying to hold my Spartans up there to stop them getting over to the other flank, where he, with his elite Scipii infantry, may well be able to take my allies out. I think that's why that unit's there, trying to hold me up there, stop my Spartans getting across to my allies. So that's a nice blocking move there by the enemy general. Yes, he might lose his general, but he may also do what he wants to do there. Okay, so I've routed that general unit there that was holding me up. Meanwhile, over here you can see the enemy Scipii troops there. I've routed a lot of our allies' troops there. Nice move there by Demon there, sending reinforcements there. But Slayer's doing extremely well with his enemy Scipii troops there. Okay, now he's in behind our fiercely engaged troops there, and he can start routing them here. So this could possibly be a make or break of the battle here. Okay, as I say, I've managed to take out that blocking unit that was blocking me now. I'm up spears, and I'm now running towards the enemy troops with my Spartans here. Okay, running as fast as I can to try and get over there. But as I say, Slayer's doing an extremely good job there with his Scipii infantry. As I say, Wolf Slayer, always a great player in the past. As I say, he hasn't played for 3 or 4 years, but you can still see really great player now. Doesn't seem to be any rust on him at all. Right, as I say, you can see I'm charging my units in now to try and get in there as soon as I can. But you can see now, if you look, most of my allies' Julii infantry and most of my Seleucid allies' infantry now has been taken out. Okay, you can see now, if you just look there, you can see, as I say, most of my Julii allies and most of my Seleucid allies troops have been taken out. If you just have a glance around the battlefield there, you'll see there's only a few battle damaged units that's left here. As I say, you can see that's another Scipii unit there been put in to block me there. Well, they probably move off to kind of organise the rest of their army there. But as I say now, you can see there's some more Scipio units being routed by the Seleucid infantry and cavalry there, went into TR. But you can see my Spartans here. Now, this was a bit of a problem for me, because if you notice here, can you see I'm running through those trees? Okay, now those trees are kind of like siphoning my infantry, if you know what I mean. Can you see how running through those trees have kind of, as I say, siphoning them, so they're not coming out in a close, tight group like I'd like them to. They're running forward there. Can you see, like, almost, they're not in open order, but they look almost like in open order there as they're running through those trees. Okay, and that's not how I like to fight Spartans, because of course, with them being so spread out like that, they're not so effective. Can you see there as they're going through the trees there? As I say, the trees are kind of like siphoning them, and really that was a mistake, I think, me taking them through the trees, because can you see how they're kind of like opening up? They're kind of not like in a tight, close formation like I like to use them in. And of course, look at the enemy there, waiting to attack my troops as they're siphoned through the trees there. Can you see the enemy ready to pounce and attack my units? Can you see there? And they're going to move in. They can see my units, as I say, been siphoned going through those trees, spread out, just ready for attack. Wouldn't surprise me if you start to see some of my units routing now through being hit there. But as I say, can you see how like spread out my infantry? There, yours, one of my units gone already, look. Being attacked there. But as I say, I like to fight. Those of you that watch our battle videos will know I like to fight my Spartans in good, close, tight formation here. Here you can see Demon and TR's got his last units in there fighting the enemy. Okay, so that's the last of my allies' units there. There I can see more of my Spartans starting to rout here. As I say, my Spartans still look quite spread out to me here. I don't know what you guys think. They look quite spread out still, as I say, being siphoned through those trees. And I think they're the most effective when they're in a tight, close formation. But spread out like that, they look a little bit more vulnerable. Okay, bad news for us. The last of my allies' units have just been taken out. Okay, so all of my allies' units now, all my allies' armies have just been routed. Okay, so all that's left now for us is the Spartans here against the enemy Roman troops there. Okay, and as I say here, the way that they've come through those trees and they're spread out there, I don't know how effective they're going to be against these Roman troops here. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see. I say my allies did really well, I thought. That's my Seleucid allies generals just been taken out there, and here you can see the enemy Roman troops really closing in on my Spartans there. I'm glad to see my Spartans look like they're tightening up a bit. Do you see what I mean? Do you see they're starting to kind of mass up, get a little bit tighter, the formations there. I think some of my units have got their spears down, and I think some are just fighting with their secondary weapon, the sword there. I think I must have missed out on, I missed that. As I say, I thought I'd put them all on spears down there, but I think there's a mixture of units there with some spears down and some fighting with their secondary weapon, the sword there. So that's not so good. But as I say, I'm glad to say that my Spartans, as you can see, as I said, thickening up there. They're kind of getting into a tighter formation there, which is how I usually like to fight them. And as we're pushing into the enemy troops there. As I say, that's Terminator's SBQR troops there. He only had a small infantry army. I think he only had 9 units there. But he's used his army extremely well, as have all of the enemy troops there. And my teammates use their armies extremely well as well. A really close battle this is going to be, I think. Say, my Spartans moving very, very slowly forward into the enemy troops there. Anyway, did you just see that Scipio unit glow there? Just got a battlefield promotion. Remember, when a unit does really well in battle, it gets a battlefield promotion there. So that unit will have an experience stripe added to its specifications. That's what a battlefield promotion does. Gives you an experience stripe. And there you go. It looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. I think there's just one enemy unit left there now. So as I say, all my allies after a great battle have all been routed. But over here on our right flank, do you remember this massive cavalry and infantry battle here? I mean, that was some kind of massive battle. Yes, we did manage to take out LEANBOD's Brutii army, but at a massive cost. A terrible cost to our infantry and cavalry there. If you just look, you can see the Seleucid dead. See all of our dead there amongst the enemy troops. I thought the cavalry support that LEANBOD got from his allies was fantastic there. And as I say, we managed to take his army out, but as I say, at a terrible cost there. As we move across the battlefield here, a little bit quieter here. Still dead there, but just a little bit quieter till we get onto the other flank here. A battle of 2 flanks, I think, is how I would describe this. We move over here, that you can see massive battle there. Let's say by the intensity of the fighting there, you can just tell by the number of dead. As we move across here, that you can see more and more dead. Notice how the red cloak Spartans, I know we've talked about this before, my red cloak Spartans dead really shows up in the snow there. And as we move all around this particular part of the battlefield, look how spread out the battlefield has been. But just look at the intensity of the fighting as well, by the piles of dead. All the way over there, look, all the way around here. So it just goes to show what a spread out, intense battle this was. And as I say, it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle here. And I think that's the last of the enemy units. It's just been routed there after a fierce fight. I wonder if this would be close or average. What do you think? Okay, so first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game there. Very, very unusual to have an All Brotherhood team against 4 clansmen. And as you see, it was a close victory. But there's something really interesting in this kill count here. If you notice, can you see the player that called himself God? That is TAOW Terminator. Very small army, highest kills in the game, 1,983, not far off the magic 2,000. Look at Wolf Slayer, 1,924. Now how rare is that to have 2 massive kills there, okay, in the losing team? How rare is that? 1,983, 1,924, and they were still in the losing team. How rare is that? You wouldn't see that very often, do you? Very, very rare. So I'd like to say well done to GOTW LEANBOD. 977 kills. I think that's pretty good, bearing in mind he got really smashed on that right flank, didn't he? So that's good kills for him. Well done to God TAOW Terminator. Highest kills in the game with his SBQ army, bearing in mind he only had 9 infantry. Extremely good there. Well done to Wolf Slayer. Hasn't played for 3 or 4 years. 2nd highest kills in the game. And well done to XARGA. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but he was fighting my Spartans head on there. So I just like to say really well played to all of the clansmen there. Really well played, guys. That old Spartan army of mine, 1,837, not too bad kills. Yeah, quite pleased with that. Well done to TR with his Seleucid army, his faction of choice, 1,381 kills. Well done to Demon, 1,039 kills there. Did well, and well done to AURELIUS, 1,151 kills. So really well played to everybody in the game. Quick look at the specifications of the Spartans there. Not too bad. Kills not too bad there, I suppose. Spartans didn't do too bad. Cretan archers, well, not brilliant. And the cheap archers, not brilliant either there. So not fantastic specifications there of the kills, but there you go. So just to say, I hope you enjoyed this battle there, and I thought it was really interesting there having an All Brotherhood team against 4 other clansmen. I just think that's so rare these days, and that's why I wanted to show it, plus that really unusual kill count in the losing team. Please leave a comment if you like, or give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this battle. I look forward to seeing you soon, and bye for now.